I sort of totally ignored that book that came out, but my dad, who is a writer in NYC who does not have an MFA, was obsessed with it. And he would just call me every day after reading each essay, be like, do you know what Chad Harbach says about it? Do you know what, like quoting every single one. Here's what I think. Both organisms are designed to introduce you to good people and MFAs, I think the best thing about an MFA is that you get time to write and you get to meet like-minded people. The NYC part of the debate, I think, is that you get to go to parties and meet people, but you probably don't have time to write because you have to work like 16 jobs because it's so expensive. I think that if you can swing either one of those, great. Are they necessary? No. Going back to the internet, this is what the internet does nowadays. You can meet everyone you need to know on the internet. You really, really can. Yeah. And if you do an MA instead of an MFA, does that matter to anybody? No. Yeah. That's great. It's... I think whatever makes you happy and what gives you time to work and meet nice people, that's what you should do. And the biggest thing about the MFA, I think, is that anyone should only ever go someplace that is as close to free as possible. That's because, people go to Columbia, which Columbia is great. I have a lot of friends who went through that program. But it can be $50,000 a year. And that's crazy. Imagine you're a poet and you spend $100,000 on a graduate degree. In what universe does that make sense? No universe. Unless you want to. Unless you're James Franco. If you are a famous actor who also wants to study poetry or something, then great. Spend all your money. But if you're a normal human being, it's better not to be in debt, I think. That's my official.